Okay, so this is very critical for anyone who wants to get into property development, especially if you're a new property developer. A few months ago, I was sitting in an office. I had introduced a guy. Someone came to me and they want to do a property development and they're struggling to get this thing off the ground. So I said, okay, I do render the service. Obviously, take a fee, in case someone messages me and they think this is free. And I said, okay, I'll assist you with this. I'll introduce you to the right people. And I took him to a property developer, and the guy basically said, look, this is where your risk is, doing this development in this way. And here's what he basically told him. So this guy is doing what we call a sectional title development, which is means the property has been zoned for residential 3, townhouse type development. And the guy said, you know what, it's fine if you do a townhouse development. He said, but as a first time developer, if you don't have deep pockets to do this development, because he's building something like, I think, 80 or 90 units. He said, do you have the equity to put into this deal? Because you need to have a lot of money to put into the deal. And he said, you know what, if I were you, I would have did a residential 2 or cluster development. I would do a subdivision of this property and rather, do the development in that manner. And they obviously assist with that whole process. Because the subdivision, the money comes through a lot quicker. So let me explain the difference. A sectional title development, when you're doing a townhouse development, you literally have to build all those units. So if you're building 50 units, you're building all those units, and let's say you're selling them off, right? You're building all those units right until the end. And what this developer said is, you're sending that happy letter to the end user, the buyer, and then only then does the end user bank release the money. So only then do you see money coming into your bank account as a developer. But he said, if you're doing a residential 2 development, a cluster development, where you're taking a piece of land and then subdividing it into various portions of land, the income comes in the moment you firstly subdivide the land. So the moment you subdivide the land, that bank which is approving the end user bond, they pay a portion of money into the developer's account. So already you have cash flow coming in. You don't need to wait until this thing is fully built. And then the next portion comes in when you are building the actual unit, because now the bank starts paying you money for that as well. The difference, however, with sectional title, you got to build this entire thing before you can get a single cent back. So you're going to wait 18 to 24 months to build this development, then only you see money. Whereas with a subdivision sort of development, you see money coming in within about 9 months. You already see some cash flow starting to come in. So if you're a new developer, the point of this video is, it's probably better to do a development that focuses on residential 2 cluster housing type developments versus a sectional title residential 3 or residential 4 high density type of development. So if you want to learn more about this and the subdivision process, I've got an article that was written by an experienced town planner on my website. It's thepropertydealmaker.com. And you can see here we cover the understanding the subdivision process, so that you can understand how this works and how to make use of it. Because it's definitely a better route if you are a new developer and you're still trying to get experience. But also very important, you must try and get partnered up with a developer that has done this before, because if you make mistakes, you can end up losing a lot of money.